Happening. Yes, the governor of Benue State and some other governors are meeting with our very own brother, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is one presidential candidate that some people are not taking rather seriously. Some people are taking it with levity. They are not paying attention to the fact that Peter Obi could just be the dark horse in these very elections, okay, the presidential election. And so, Governor Samuel Ortom is still in the People Democratic Party. And some people are, taking it, as wanting to accuse him of, meeting with Peter Obi, that so is committing anti-party activity and what have you. And the guy is bold to tell Nigerians, well, this is the real reason I met with Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party. Let's get all the details. Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State has justified why he met with Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi, Governor Wike of Rivers State, among others. Ortom explained that he is open-minded about receiving any presidential candidate regardless of their political affiliation. He spoke on Tuesday while addressing journalists after returning from Port Harcourt, Rivers State, the capital. Obi had met with Governor Wike of Rivers State, Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State, Governor of Abia, Ikpeazu, former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Mohammed Adoke. Others at the meeting include former Governor of Ondo State Olusegun Mimiko, former Governor of Cross River State Donald Duke, and former Governor of Gombe State Ibrahim Danwubo, among others. However, Ortom said he couldn't turn down a request to attend such meetings. Ortom explained that he did nothing wrong by attending the meeting with Peter Obi. According to Ortom, at the end, the solution to the challenges of Nigeria is what matters. Where we are today calls for all hands to be on deck. We cannot play politics and forget the fact that the nation is drowning. And the best person to bring the nation out of the current predicament is what we must all consider rather than personal interest. Personal interest will get us nowhere. And everybody, every one of us, must do that which is absolutely right and necessary if we want this country to move forward. Selfishness has destroyed the nation in no small way. I cannot turn down the young man who has come to show Nigeria with a new spec for Nigerians to see things differently. I have no choice but to attend a meeting that I've been invited to, and the meeting is centered about Nigeria. We are all Nigerians and we want the good of this nation. So why should we turn down a meeting that could possibly bring about difference and change the country for good? It doesn't make sense, does it? So it is important that we obey and do what is right. I had to go for the meeting. I was not the only one there. Others were invited. I am free to receive any candidate who comes visiting or seeking audience with me. I cannot say no when such request comes. Well, my people, this is it. Okay, this is it, my wonderful people. You can see that we are beginning to see the events of new days looking around us. We cannot begin to pretend that these things are not happening. Governor Samuel Ortom and others, yeah, you heard the names, the list of the names of those who met with Peter Obi. Some persons are trying to castigate him for meeting Peter Obi, and he says, no, you can't do that. The most important thing is Nigeria. It's not one man's desire. It's not one man's dream. It's so that the country can be a better place for us all. Okay, so it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about Nigeria. And so if Nigeria is going to be the nation for us all, people must see beyond party affiliation. People must see beyond personal agenda, and the general consensus must be Nigeria. And if the general consensus and the heart and desire of the people should be Nigeria, then we must leave sentiment aside. We must begin to work for that which is absolutely right and necessary to ensure that the good is done. So this is what is happening right now, my people. This is what is going on, and why we all, okay, must rise up to the occasion and ensure that only the right persons come on board. There are people who are not qualified to rule a local government. How much more becoming a governor, yet they want to be president. You can see for yourself. In this country, we have some of the finest minds. We're talking about captains of industries, doctors, professors, people who are well read. Some are just generally gifted, in administration. They just know how to make things work. They know how to organize things. We have such gifted men and women in Nigeria. What are we doing about it? We have people who have shown us how things work. Take, for instance, have you been to the redemption camp before? Do you know since it started, there has not been power failure for one day? I think it's a good place for Nigerian government to learn from. That's a city of its own. That's a city of its own. Have you heard of Covenant University? That is school system working that the government, Minister of Education should learn from and say, what do we do? How can we, and look at possibilities on how things can become better. But yet, no, Nigerian governments are so proud. They will not learn. They will not put themselves. Anyone who is humble, who prefers to learn, watch and see and learn, will go very far. But you see that person who is there castigating and will not want to listen, he's going nowhere. You heard me. It's going nowhere. You see, pride, it comes before a fall. That word called, my dear, you don't understand it. It makes a man to fall. Because by the time you are falling, people are telling you, you fail to pay heed or to listen. And anybody that comes to you are bigger than everybody. You have your own understanding. You cannot listen to anybody. And so you see yourself making huge mistake. Even when people know that you're about to fall into a dish, they feel very reluctant to say anything to you. Why? You did not pay attention to it. When they told you about it, you forgot that, it depends on everybody. It depends, you are not on yourself. You are not by yourself alone. And you need other people, because no matter how mighty a tree grew, it remains a single tree. What they'll be talking about is the width, the length, the height. But when there are varieties of such trees packed together, shrubs, grasses, weeds and everything, it is no longer called a tree, it is called a forest. So if you want to be that forest, you cannot be alone. No loner can be a forest alone. No loner. You see, leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now. Bye.